Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sasha Reed. Today I've got some project shares to share with you from Alina Cutle or Alina Craft. I've been working on making up some Father's Day cards and having fun with her dies. So I thought I would share some of those with you, and then I got carried away doing something else which I'll share with you as well. So let's get started. The first die I used was this one here, which is this kind of cute one where it's got this hat. Sorry, I'm trying out a new light, and actually the glare on this packaging is really quite bad. So we've got the hat, we've got the word dad, a mustache, and some glasses. So the card I made was a shaker card. Oh, I forgot again. So I didn't bring in this die. This die here is the new border die. It's a postage stamp type thing. So I forgot to bring that one in with me, but I'll link it below if you're interested. But it's a nice border die. Sorry, I'm trying to get the glare off. And we'll come up a bit closer to see if we can avoid that light so much. But I've stuck in some stars, and then I put the dad on the inside of the card, and I used some glitter black cardstock. And yeah, I thought that was quite fun. So I made that. I'll zoom in a little bit. Second. There we go. And I just lined it with white on the inside. That's my first card. The second card I did was using this one, which says, I love you, Dad. And there's the same of this, which says, I love you, Mum. And these are quite good because you could use them for Father's Day, but you could also use them for birthdays, which would be really nice. So I've used that one, and I did, again, another shaker card. It isn't working out so well with this lighting, but I did this shaker card, and again I put stars in. And this is some of the paper that I got from the works behind it, and then I used some Nouveau drops to do these little blobbies. And then on the inside I just put a bit of white, blank white paper. So we've got that, and then I die cut it twice, once in the blue, and then I did the gold, and then I cut out the gold and stuck it on. And then I used, behind it I used Alina's new foam tape, this stuff here, which is really awesome. It is mega sticky, really, really, really good quality. I was hoping she was going to send me the 5 mils, which she has now sent, but it'll probably be another week or two before I get it. This is the 10 mil width. So I made sure that when I cut the Mother's Day one, I cut it a bit wider, but for this side, I just cut it in half and used half a strip. But it's really good, and I'm definitely going to be buying some of this because I'm really impressed with how sticky it is, and it's really good thickness as well. So I'm really happy with that. On this, I also used the new, her new double-sided tape, and it's not tear tape, which I'm fine with. But it is so strong and so sticky. So normally I kind of struggle a bit with getting the acetate to stick to the cardstock. And this stuff was amazing. So you can't tear it. Like if I tear this, I don't know if it's going to focus. Ooh, my fingers are covered in ink. Sorry, it's not a bad nail job. It's really inky. It's not wanting to focus. Come on. Focus, camera. There we go. So do you see that? How it's kind of balled up into that big blob? That's what happens when you tear it. So you do need to cut it with scissors. But it is mega sticky. And this is 3 millimeters wide. And it is so, so awesome because you can just line the thinnest of edges. And it's so good. Like I showed you before in my other video. You can see your hand through it. It's so thin. But it is excellent quality. And you get an absolute ton on the reel. And then I use this one as well, which is 10 mils, and again, it's the exact same. It is so good, and it is so sticky. And again, you have to use scissors with it, but it's well worth it. I really like it. So these are all what I used on these projects, plus some liquid glue here and there. So I did the dad one. I forgot to bring in the mum die, but you can see it is the exact same, and it says, I love you, Mum. So I used pink foil card on the mum card, and I did the foil heart as well at the top. And then I add some Nouveau drops around the sides. And then on the inside, I used some of Alina's diamonds, her sequins, and some white sequins, if you can see that in there. And then the inside, I stamped a bow. And this bow is from this set here. Zoom out a little bit. So I've got this stamp set here. Oh, this glare from the light is really bad, sorry. There we go. It's that stamp set. I was trying out this new light. I spent a lot of money on it, but I've been really stuck because when it's cloudy and horrible out, I can't film in the daytime, and then I can never film at night. So if I create all day, then I'm stuck. I can't film in the evening. So I bought this really expensive light, but it's so bright. It's kind of blinding me looking at my feedback from the camera, and it's also giving you a really bad glare. So I apologize, but I'm hoping I can just get used to it, and then I'll avoid the glare in future. But yeah, so I've got this Happy Father's Day die, the tie one, and the word dad, which I really love this tie die. It's really cool. So I did some paper piecing on it. Every card seems to either have acetate or some foil. So everything is just glaring. But I did the ties, and I did a whole bunch of shades of green. I'll see if I can zoom in for you. So I did the green ties, and then I did a green layer, so it's on grey with a green layer, and then a foil layer, and then the dark green card. And then on the inside, I put Happy Father's Day just on the top, and then I did white on the bottom. And that was that card that I did. I really liked how this one came out. So on this next one, I used this die here, which is a cool edge die. So there's no cutting area along the side. It cuts that edge, but it does not cut that edge. So I had this great idea that I wanted to make a kind of fold over card with the flap. So I cut my base. It took me quite a lot of playing around to work out how much of a fold I wanted and how much space I wanted on the inside of the card. But I knew that this was about 12 centimeters because I measured that. And then basically I just cut it and I stuck it on the edge with my cardstock, obviously going a bit higher. I used my Post-it note tape from AliExpress to stick it down, and then that way when I ran it through my die cutting machine, it cut clean and clear. Just to make sure it cut round the first time round, I used a bit of that foam that sometimes gets sent with some dies from AliExpress, and I stuck that underneath just to make sure it cut it fully. I think it'll cut just fine without it, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to go back over it. So I did that. Right, so then I decided that I wanted to decorate the sides. I had a bit of decoration, and I kind of just played with it, and I'll show you sort of what my steps ended up looking like and how I kind of went from quite simple to quite complicated, or at least I think it's complicated. It was complicated for me, or detailed, not complicated. So I used Alina's paper that she sent me. She sent me this paper pack, which I'm tilting on an angle because of the reflection of the lights, but it's quite tea themed and it's quite sweet. So I used the paper from this pack to add character to my card. Let me zoom in a bit, sorry, a bit far away again. So I used the teacup, not teacup, this is the tea cakes kind of one. So you can see my little intricate bits there, and I had them say folded over. You could have them however you like. You could do just one side, you could do a flap on the top. There's so many options and possibilities, but I thought I'd do this. Made a bit of an oopsie there, pushed down too hard. Never mind. That's more of the designer paper that Alina sent me. And then I love this stamp set. Oh my goodness. You know, there aren't very many that I'm like, oh, I really love it, but I really love this one. And I'm going to read them out to you because the glare might be a bit much. But we've got every handmade gift from a friend is a wish for your happiness. The gift you sent me was more than perfect in each and every way. Thank you so much for making my day. Sending you an extra special gift just because you're worth it. Sending you this gift to tell you you're loved. Sending this gift to tell you you're really special. And then handcrafted with care, handmade with love. And I love this set because there's quite a lot of special people in my life, and I'm a very big gift person, so I really like stuff, which is probably why I'm a craft order. But I like to give stuff. And when someone's feeling down or someone's having a really rubbish time, I like to give them a card, but I like to also give them something like, I don't know, bubble bath or soap or just something. I really like giving stuff. So this stamp set's really like touched my heart, because this one in particular, sending you this gift to tell you you're loved. The amount of times I've wanted to sort of have something like that on a card, and it's really hard to find. So I'm really, really happy and excited about this set. I think it's a really special, unique one. I use pearlescent card here, which is why it's kind of shiny. And then obviously the normal paper, and then this is Stampin' Up! Cardstock. And so that was kind of like my basic version that I would then stick in a card. Then I decided to make a belly band. So again, there's foil there, sorry. And I have this die that I bought off AliExpress a really long time ago. And I've not used it yet. And I really wanted it for paper piecing to kind of make it look like multiple layers of cups. So that's what it looks like cut out. And that's what's behind here, which is hard to see. And after I stuck it all together, I decided that I kind of wanted to give it a bit more dimension to show the cups were separated from each other. And I really struggled with that. And so I ended up putting this happy birthday down. And I kind of feel like, oh, I can't really see the teacups as much anymore. But never mind. This die here, this background die, so I'm jumping all over the place, is from this set from Alina, which has the word gift in it. It's an oval teardrop die set. And so I cut that out for the background. I cut some cardstock and made it a little bit wider than my card base. So this is just a belly band, and if I can work it right, I can slide it off. I did practice this, but I think it's catching on something, or I put too much glue down. That's what it is. Sticky glue. So that just slides off like that. And so for this one, I used Alina's lace from her shop, and I used a strip, this one here, and I ran that along the whole entire middle of the card, and then I put the lace over top. And then this is some Stampin' Up! Ribbon that I had left over, and so I ran that along the top. And it's all sealed, like you can see on the inside, it's just taped shut. And so it's not gonna come off. But, and then that's up on foam squares. Sorry, I'm not showing you. Getting used to this new layout. So that's kind of how I decorated the front. And then my inside of my card again is pearlescent paper and more of Alina's paper there. And then I used the teapots and cakes. So I really liked how this one turned out. But then when I was finished this one, I thought, oh, I really want to see those teacups, and I really want them to pop off the card more. So then on my third attempt, or third creation, I should say, I then did this one. So before I stuck it all down, I took a black felt tip pen and I traced around all of it, just on the edge. I didn't actually like draw on top. I just held it and kind of traced around the edge of it. And then I traced all the teacups and then glued them all down. And then I found this tea bag from my stash, this tea bag die, and I cut that. And then I used some twine and stuck it behind there. And then I popped that up on a little foam dot as well. And then I did this one as sending you this gift to tell you you're loved, which I love. I love that sentiment. And I didn't know how to attach it, but I thought these handles had to be useful. I didn't want to stick it down because I felt like every time I stuck something down, it covered those cute teapots, or teacups, sorry. So I did it like that. And then this, again, just slides straight off. And on this one, I put that cute stamp on the inside. And I did it in a really light pink. I think it might be the same pink as this, so that I could write my message over the top. And for that one, I used this one here, which I've got a bit of sticky tape on it, sorry. But I used this one, which I love this flower. Sorry, oh, come on, light. So use that, and that's it. And this happy birthday from the last one came from this shoe die stamp set. Oh, not with it today, sorry guys. It's late at night and I'm really tired. So I used that happy birthday along the bottom of the Stiletto set. But I was really, really, really happy how this belly band turned out. And I think it adds so much character to the card. And once I had all my measurements down, and once I got everything going with die cutting, it actually didn't take that long. So planning out my design, for this design, probably took me about an hour, roughly. But I'm fairly confident now that I've worked out what I really like and what looks good, that I might just crack out another 3 or 4 of these. And I could probably do 3 or 4 in an hour. This is the pearlescent card again on the back here and on here, which is from Lime Tree Crafts. I really love their cardstock. So yeah, so that's what I made today. I hope you had fun and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you liked sort of seeing my kind of process of how I build up my cards and build up my steps, and sort of what I kind of do to plan and work out how I can make my idea in my head come to life on a card. But thank you so much for joining me today. See you soon. Bye!